morning! Today I'm heading from Tokyo to Nagoya for a business trip. It's just a one-day trip, meeting companies and organizing a business event. It's gonna be pretty hectic, but I hope I can squeeze in some study time. I just checked into the hotel. The room is super clean and nice. And they even got some tables and chairs, two types, so I think it's a good place for me to study. So I arrived at the hotel in Nagoya and I finished the meeting, but I have some work to do, so I'm going to do that. So now I'm trying to put the things I brought from home, and I'm gonna show you what I bring when I go on a business trip. So usually I put in like a bag like this. It's a normal Ziploc bag, and I put only the stuff that I need in here instead of bringing the whole set from home because I want to keep my luggage as light as possible. So I'm gonna introduce what I brought in this bag. This is the face mask to wear while I sleep. This is the stomach medicine in case I get a stomach ache. Oil, argan oil. This is very useful. I can use for my hair, for my body and my skin. So it's in a very small size. So I like to bring this when I go on a business trip or my normal trip. This is a face sheet mask for my moisturizing, and I think I'm gonna use this tonight after taking a shower. And I have this very small mini size skincare goods, including the serum, the toner, and the cream. So this kind of package is very useful, especially when I go on a business trip for one day. Easy to carry, and it's also moisturized as well. Very small packaged cleanser and face washer. So I use this to wash my face, and the good thing is that it's very small, compact, so I can just bring depending on how many days I stay at the hotel. And this is a very small perfume. This is actually the sample size that I got when I bought the perfume at the perfume shop in South Korea, and they gave me this very small package as well. I bring this when I go on a trip so that I can also wear my favorite perfume. And in here I have all the makeups, but for the makeups I also bring only the simple things that I need, like foundation, cheeks, and my eyebrows. I think that's it, to make it light as possible. Back from dinner, so I'm gonna study for a while, and I'm starting with some listening practice. One small thing about my study routine, and that is that I always try to create a routine that only needs my phone. That way I can study anytime, anywhere, and I usually use podcasts or YouTube for my materials. Good morning, it's day 2 in Nagoya. I woke up with a lot on my mind, so I decided to start a day by writing everything down on paper. It helps me to sort my thoughts, figure out what to focus during the day, and avoid stressing out too much. And I just write whatever comes to my mind. I put on the makeup and changed, and now I'm going to buy some breakfast downstairs in the convenience store. So there's an event today in Nagoya and I'll be participating in that. It's a pretty important high-level event, so I need to stay sharp and not mess up. And I'm a little bit nervous. And I'm finally done with all the events. What a relief. Before heading back, I'm gonna enjoy some local Nagoya food. I came to a place called Misen. It's my first time here, but so many local people recommend it, so I'm excited. I ordered the Taiwan ramen and it looks insanely spicy and hot. It's honestly one of the spiciest things I've ever eaten. I usually can handle spicy food pretty well, but I really struggled with this one. I had to drink so much water just to get through it, and everyone around me seemed to be struggling too, so I kept hearing people coughing and sneezing. I've been to this restaurant a couple of times before and I love this spot, so I'm getting a slice to take home for dinner. Heading back home now, and on the way I'll listen to a podcast for some practice. Lately, I'm trying to get familiar with the context of the US presidential election, so I'll pick up episodes related to that. It's not just listening, I also look up the background and meaning of what they're talking about to get a deeper understanding, and usually I use ChatGPT to get the deeper understanding. I'm back home now and I'll do a bit more studying, and I'm gonna continue with the listening practice. Like I said, I'm focusing on the US presidential election. Now that Trump's been elected, I want to understand in English what's going on and what might happen next year. But the podcast I chose was way too difficult. I had no clue what they were talking about. It's not even about my English skills at this point, it's more about understanding the technical content. And this happens to me a lot even in Japanese. When I was in high school, I tried to take the Aiken Grade 1 test, but the topics were so business oriented and that I just couldn't get the context. Sometimes you just need more life experience to fully understand things, so I remind myself not to stress out too much about it.